Hello, hello, my lovely leaves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. I know I'm a mess. I'm sorry. I had to take my contacts out though, for real. And so the light is like on my glasses a little bit. So I'll do my best to like stay out of the light. But leaves, you guys have the Orphan, the Castle, the Starborn, the Mentor. I just feel like y'all need a pep talk. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I just feel like this. Like, you really need to release this idea of, and I say it and I know this is no small task. And I don't mean to make it sound frivolous. It's just, you know what I mean? The way that it's probably going to sound when it comes out of my mouth. But it's like you really need to like leave this idea of abandonment behind, because it's limiting you and it's trapping you in places where you thought, because I think of like just really like unhealthy relationships, you know, and trauma bonding. And, you know, like if two people grow up in a really abusive home and then they're like, we're going to make our home not abusive, but they're both emotionally reactive people, and they, you know, like they feed off of that, because that's what when you're in survival mode, when you're in that, you know, like trying to come out of abuse, it's very important that you put yourself in healthy environments where you don't feel constantly triggered. And all the reasons that those environments do trigger you, and how it is that like you feel less than, right? Like, well, I didn't want to be in an abusive relationship, or I didn't want to be an addict, or I didn't want to, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do all these things, or, you know, like I didn't want to, like, if it's not that, I just took like an extreme level of like trauma bonding that I think is actually fairly prevalent in general. You know, but like, say it's like, well, you know, you went through a really big breakup and you lost your home and you lost your things, and you're like, well, I didn't want to have to start over again, and I didn't want to have to do this. And so like everybody that you engage with, it's just that woe is me kind of mentality, and like you don't always see how you get like locked in it, you know? And I just kind of feel like somebody saying like, listen, you're never going to get to where it is that you want to be if you don't let that go. It was a Libra read this summer. I hung out with this guy and he was a Libra, and he told me, he sang Let It Go, the Frozen song. I never hung out with him again. He was nice though, I guess. Not really. Kind of irritated me. Okay. The 5 of Cups, the 8 of Cups. I mean, this is just, again, like being in your head, like being sad, like, well, how do I let this go? And how do I move forward? And it's like, well, I think that you already know. It's just that you have been too afraid to release it. And I just feel like it's like, okay, it's time to release this. It's time to go toward what it is that like is deserving of the healthiest version of yourself, right? Because we become healthy versions of ourselves, not only just for ourselves, but for the people in our lives, right? Because it's important to them. Like, that's what I'm saying. I know my family doesn't know how much they motivate me, but they are my biggest motivator. You know, I would have given up on myself a long time ago if it hadn't been for them. And I feel like there's somebody who's looking at you and saying like, why are you giving up on yourself right now? You know, like, don't, like, stop giving up on yourself. Stop setting yourself up to lose. You know, cut that out. And you have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups that fell out. Okay, Leaves, I know you love that. The 6 of Pentacles. I mean, this is like working together. This is emotional fulfillment. I think this is standing in a truth that feels very solid with a strength. You know, I just feel like this, like stepping into your power. Maybe you're stepping into a power couple. You know, like you're fulfilling. Because my Libras love love, and we got it here, you know, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, 10 of Cups. You know, I just feel like step into like that side of yourself that you hold on to, and you, but instead of like, it's like feeding it junk food instead of feeding it healthy food, you know, like you're placating this part of yourself because you just don't feel worthy, because you hold yourself in these cycles, and you align yourself with people who keep you in those cycles. And you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, break the cycle, man. Ladies, you know what I mean? Just like break that cycle. Okay. Leaves. Oops. The Hanged Man, the Tower, the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Swords, and the Knave of Cups. I really do feel like for some of my Leaves, this is about a breakup. And it's a breakup that you were like, I don't know if you've been with this person for years, you know, like we owned a house, we had, you know, I just feel like an established life, and it ended. And when it ended, it left you very wounded. It left you holding on to things that felt familiar, to something that ended because it wasn't healthy, but here you are trying to recreate with unhealthy. I think seeing it differently and moving in a different direction and a new opportunity that I think comes with like, because the Knave of Cups and the Knight of Swords, it just feels like maybe it's like an epiphany moment. And you can be on either side of the story, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But it just kind of feels like this, like you see things differently. Somebody gives you a pep talk. You go for what it is that you want to do. And when you do, it's almost like you're standing in greatness, like damn near immediately. You know, like that's what that feels like. But you know, stand in your truth, and you stand in your power, and you see how quickly things turn around for you, you know, like that's legit. The Sword. Yeah, making a decision to part ways with something so that you can go for what it is that you're really connected to. Because what you're cutting are these cords of connection that are not healthy, that hold you in cycles. You know, it's kind of, I feel like a catapult, you know, like you cut the cord and then you're like, wee. That's fun, Leaves. I love that for y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this video does resonate, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.